Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to discuss a bit about failure. Right, now the only time we truly fail at something is when we stop trying, right? The only problem is since a young age what's been ingrained in us is if you don't achieve a certain task or curriculum, you fail. The real lesson that should have been taught to us, or the real thing that should have been ingrained into us, is when we do not achieve something, that is a lesson that we need to learn, right? So let's look at a baby, for example. When they first start to try and crawl, to try and walk, to try and talk, none of it really comes or happens the first time round, right? I've never seen a baby just get up and start walking. It doesn't happen. First they fall over, they hit their knees, they bump their heads, but at the end of the day they keep trying, right? I see this every day with my 8-month-old. And that's really the lesson, or not the lesson, but the way that we should treat failure. It's nothing but a lesson, right? The problem is, as we've grown older, we've been taught this category of failure or pass. Okay, so if you're in school, for example, and your grades aren't good, you get told you failed that year. No, you haven't failed that year. You just need to learn more on the subjects that you're not good at, right? So let's look at this further on in life. When do we truly grow? When do we truly develop? It's through failure. I've never seen someone, go to school, just cruise through school, cruise through, their 20s, land up in a fantastic job, getting paid millions, and that's how life just goes, right? I've never in my life seen that. Majority of the CEOs of some of the top Fortune 500 companies are, lower education system. They haven't been to university or something like that. They've experienced tremendous adversity in their life. How have I managed to go from washing pots in a restaurant to holding a senior company position in a company? Through failure. Every step or everything I've done, I've always been prepared to fail. Which means when I've done this, I've learned a lesson, I've tried again. And each time I've tried again, I've gotten even further than what I was, or where I was the time before, right? So that's what you got to do. You got to be, when you're wanting to achieve immense amount of success in your life or develop in life, you have to be willing to fail, or should we say, learn a lesson. If you're not learning lessons, you're not progressing. Knowledge is key to success in life. Knowledge is power. The more you fail, the more you learn, right? So failure in essence is not actually a bad thing. It's just been ingrained in us that it is bad. Yes, failure hurts. Yes, it dents your ego. Yes, it does all of those things. But at the end of the day, it's your choice to let it do that to you. I mean, when I failed in school, I failed a good few years in school, and I was bullied, and yes, when I was at that age, I took it to heart. It really affected me. It affected the way I perceived myself. I saw myself as a failure, as someone that wasn't going to amount to much. What did I do? I changed my mindset. I changed the way I viewed that failure, right? I also accepted the fact that when I was in school, I was naughty. I wasn't the most well-behaved kid, right? I didn't pay attention. I was more interested in being the class clown. That's why I failed. But what have I done to make up for it in my later years? I've studied. I've developed myself to become a better person. I've learned the lessons I've needed to learn to stop failing at the things I was failing in. The outcome of that? Success. So guys, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to learn. If you want to get your life to the place you need it to be, you have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to get hurt. It's part of the process. It changes who you are. It develops you. Embrace it. On that note, guys, have a fantastic week. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.